A very good morning, children. Today we are going to see worksheet number 13. It's from the poem The Spider and the Fly. The poet here uses animals or the insects as characters in the story. So this is otherwise called a fable. Okay, I'll tell you the gist of the poem because already it is taught to you. Here the story tells how a cunning spider entraps a fly into its web by using flattering and sweet words. That is the gist of the poem. Now we'll go to the exercise. Roman letter 1. Read the stanzas from the poem The Spider and the Fly and answer the following questions. So let's read the paragraph given. Will you walk into my parlor? Said the spider to the fly. So now the spider wants to entrap the fly. No? So it is asking sweet words and asking the fly to enter into its parlor. What is the meaning of parlor? Parlor is a room where you entertain guests. Okay. It's the prettiest little parlor that ever you did spy. So it is telling to the fly, the spider is telling that its parlor is the prettiest, very beautiful parlor, and you have never seen such beautiful parlor anywhere. The way into my parlor is up a winding stair. So it is telling at the room is actually in the upstairs, and it is also having a winding stair. Winding stair, na? Twisting movement stairs. Okay, this is how the stairs will be. Twisting movement. Then I have many curious things to show when you are there, and it is also telling to the fly that it is having so many interesting things in its parlor to show it to the fly. Oh no, said the fly, to ask me is in vain. So the fly is very alert and it is first neglecting its offer. So it is telling no, I cannot enter into your parlor. However you ask me, it is in vain, no use of it. For who goes up your winding stair can never come down again. It means that they will die in the web itself. That is what is given in the paragraph. Now the questions are given 1, 2, 3, and I have already given answers for all these words, underlined words. Find out the meaning and write the answers here. Okay, next, pick out the rhyming words from the above stanza for the words given. What is called rhyming words? Rhyming words usually comes at the end of the sentence in a poem. See, these are the words that ends in each sentence of the poem. Okay. Now what is rhyming words is the sound of the words that are ending at the end of a sentence will be very similar. For example, fly, spy, both are ending with the same sound I. Do you hear? So this is a rhyming word, one pair of a rhyming word. Stare, there, both are ending with Okay, stare, there, sound. So these two are rhyming words. Vain, again, vain, again. It is ending with in sound, n sound. So these two are rhyming words. So pick out these rhyming words and write here. Okay. Next, read the figure of speech and identify it from the given lines. They have already given you the figure of speech and they have given you the meaning also. Now you have to identify where it is present in the given line. Okay. First one, what is anaphora? Anaphora means repetition of word or phrase at the beginning of sequence of sentence. Okay. Beginning word in a sentence is continuously repeating. That is called anaphora. Now listen. Sweet creature, said the spider, you are witty and you are wise. How handsome are your gauzy wings, how brilliant are your eyes. So this is the given lines. Now first job for us is to identify which are the sentences. Sweet creature, said the parlor is one sentence. You are witty is another sentence. It is otherwise called clause. You is subject, are is verb. You are wise is another sentence. You subject, are verb. How handsome are your gauzy eyes is another sentence. How brilliant are your eyes is another sentence. Now just look at the beginning of the sentences alone and see whether it is repeated. Here, is there any repetition in the first sentence? No. Whereas in the second one, you is repeated. So this is anaphora. How is repeated in the second line. So this is anaphora. So write those two lines and underline you and how. Next one, identify the figure of speech in the following lines. Okay. What is figure of speech? Figure of speech is a technique the poet uses in the poem in order to beautify the poem. Okay. So to know the answer for the 8th one, let's first see what is 9 and 10. 9 and 10 is also figure of speech only. There is a slight difference between alliteration and consonants. So first question, what is an alliteration? Alliteration is repetition of consonant sounds at the beginning of the words in a sentence in a poem. What are consonant sounds? These are the alphabets that takes the consonant sounds in a sentence. B, S, D, F, G, J, K, L, M, N, P. So all these are consonant sounds. If you get these consonant sounds in the beginning of the word in a sentence in a poem, that is called alliteration. Okay. What is consonants is when you have the repetition of same consonants in the beginning or in the middle or at the end of the words in a sentence in a poem, that is called consonants. Here only the beginning of the word, here you can get the consonant sounds in the middle and the end also. That's the difference between alliteration and consonants. Now look at this 8th one. It's the prettiest little parlor that ever you did spy. See, PP is repeated. So you can say it as alliteration. At the same time, T, little, prettiest little. T sound is repeated in the middle. So you can underline these two and write it as consonants also. So both figure of speech is used in this line. Understood, children? Now, what is an alliteration is given in question number 9. Definition for alliteration is given in your book in page number 106. Alliteration is repetition of consonant sounds at the beginning of the word. Okay. Example, sweet creature, said the spider, you're witty and you're wise. S, S, S and W, W, Y, Y, all these are repeated. Now what is consonants? Repetition of similar consonant sounds in the neighboring words. Neighboring words means it can be either in the middle, in the beginning or at the end. Okay. The same example is given here also. So write this definition in the given blank. Question number 5. True or false? The poem Spider and the Fly is a fable. Yes, no? Already I told you it's a fable because the characters are insects. So it's true. Next, Roman letter 6. Fill in the blank with the correct figure of speech. Here, endowing a non-human character with human traits and behavior is called dash. Okay, it is in page number 105 in your book. Anthropomorphism. Anthropomorphism means to endow a non-human character with human traits and behavior. For example, throughout the poem, we see the spider and the fly behave like human beings. It's true, no? And he is giving the human traits and character to the insects. So the figure of speech used here is anthropomorphism. So write this answer here, anthropomorphism. Next, Roman letter 7. Identify the rhyme scheme of the following stanza. Rhyme scheme already you know. First you find out the rhyme words in the given lines. Give alphabets, okay, allot alphabets to every pair of rhyming words. For example, you need not worry about the whole paragraph given. You just look at the end of the line in the paragraph. High, fly, thin, in, said, bet. That's all. Now you identified the rhyme words. Which are the rhyme words? High, fly is one pair. I, it is ended with I. Okay, you should not look at the letters ending. You should look at the sound ending. Okay, so high, since it is ending with H, it doesn't mean that these two are different. H and Y is different, but still the sound is similar. So you have to consider this as rhyming words. Thin, in is one pair. Said, bed is another pair. So first you are giving one pair an alphabet, a pair of alphabet. Second pair you are giving another alphabet. Third pair you are giving another alphabet. So what is a rhyme scheme? A, B, B, C, C. Next, Roman letter 8. Answer the following questions. Thinking only of her crested head, poor foolish thing, at last up jumped the cunning spider and fiercely held her fast. This is a given line. What is the meaning? Finally, the spider succeeded in its attempt to entrap the fly. So it used all sweet and flattering words to the fly, and the fly also fell a prey to the spider. How it is falling? Thinking only of a crested head. So the spider appreciated its crested head. What is meaning of crested head? Head with beautiful feathers, no? That is called crested head. Poor foolish thing. The poet itself is telling that the fly has become a prey, so it is called poor foolish thing. It is not using its brain. It started floating in the flatter of the spider. At last up jumped the cunning spider. Finally the cunning spider. Okay, what is cunning? Shrewd. Okay, cunning spider fiercely held her fast, angrily with so much of emotions. It is falling on the fly. It catches her and starts to eat her. Okay, so what is the question asked here is, what do the lines fiercely held her fast refers to? It refers to the success of the spider and how successfully it falls on its prey and starts to eat her. Okay, the poem The Spider and the Fly ends with a moral. What is the moral of the poem? Okay, what is the lesson you learn from this poem is the question asked here. So what do we learn? You should not fall a prey to the cunning words of cunning people. So many people will speak very sweetly. Their words will be sweet, but their hearts are not. It is not necessary that you have to believe everyone's words. Okay, you have to think before you leap. Think twice or thrice before completely believing anyone in your life. It's a life lesson for everyone, isn't it? Okay, ma. So write all your answers in the given blanks, send it to my number. If you have any doubts, please call me. Thank you, children.